I'm coming to you now, and I know I look a mess. I'm exhausted. It has been a week, and I just realized that I missed a training that I had registered for today. So, yeah, I'm kind of frazzled right now. But the reason that I'm coming to you is because I wanted to talk to the community directly and not just in a community tab post, which I will also be putting up. But I have an ask, and that ask is we need help for a seriously sick cat. This is a cat that Kayla just texted me about, asked me if I would reach out to the community, which I am doing. I asked her if she could get some videos. All I have right now is a couple of pictures, which, as I said, I'll put on the community tab post as soon as I get a moment to do that. And here's the story of this cat. So the cat was found as a stray. He's currently being fostered by Abby and Kayla. And the cat is around 2 years old, and he weighs 5 pounds. So he is incredibly emaciated, which means he's very, very underweight. He also has wounded paws, which are being treated currently. But he needs other things. He needs a complete vet workup, which Kayla can't do. Even some rudimentary things Kayla can't do right now because she doesn't have the equipment anymore since leaving the rescue. So she needs to take this. The cat needs to go to a vet. The cat needs a really expensive medical treatment or vet treatment. So here's the story of the cat, which they called Biscuit. So Biscuit was found as a stray. Biscuit is approximately 2 years old and weighs 5 pounds. He's starving, obviously. He was surviving on grasshoppers and grass because cats will do that. They will. I've read stories of cats that have, of kittens particularly, that have eaten pine needles and anything else that they can find just to survive. It's really, what are they going to do? They have that survival instinct to they'll eat whatever they need to eat just to survive. So that's what's happening with Biscuit. So Biscuit is not doing well at all. He ended up, I don't know, I'm not sure how exactly they found him, but they did find him and brought him in, and he had injured paws, so they treated those. And then, of course, he's incredibly underweight. So the problem now is needing to get him a full vet workup. He needs blood panels. He's probably going to need some help for the digestive issues that he's undoubtedly going to have, because for those of you that don't know, cats really, after they don't eat for about a day, they really start to spiral downward. So you have a lot that's going on there with them, and we just don't know what else to do at this point. I generally don't make these kind of asks, but this is something that this is a cat that's desperately in need. You can see in the thumbnail, that's a picture of him. Unfortunately, I couldn't show his whole body, but I will definitely show that in the community tab post. You'll see him. And as I said, Kayla's going to get some video of him so that you can see more of him and you can see his body condition. And I asked Kayla if she would like talk about him a little bit to really explain what's going on. So that's kind of where we're at. And I know this is going to be a very short video or very short live, but I wanted to come on here and I wanted to actually talk to people live in case anybody showed up and had questions. Looks like nobody's showing up, which is fine. Probably because I think I already have the 3 videos. I think I already have 3 videos out for the day, so YouTube probably isn't notifying, and I didn't put up a community tab post because, quite honestly, I'm like in the middle of a bunch of crap, and I just got done feeding cats, and I have to go down and check the outdoor ones. So I'm kind of, and I'm really, really backed for time today because of Mr. Fury last night and his silliness of, okay, I'm going to go out at 8 and then I'm going to run back in. And then at 3 o'clock, I'm just going to bug mom till she takes me outside. And then I'm going to stay outside for another 10 minutes, then go back in and just mess up mom's routine. So we're going to stop that. That's not going to happen anymore because I just can't. It's too disruptive to my sleep cycle and to my schedule. So he's going to just have to go out at 8 o'clock. And if he comes in, he comes in. And he's not going to be able to come back out again. But that's, off topic. What I'm asking is if anyone can help for Biscuit. It doesn't have to be, look, if you can only throw out $1, that's fine. I don't know. I don't know like what the minimum is for like PayPal and that stuff. I imagine you could send somebody $1. I don't know. Um, I am trying to set that GoFundMe up. If I can get that set up within the next day or two, maybe that can also be used as a way to raise money for Biscuit because that's kind of all lumping into the vet thing, which was the idea of that GoFundMe was to be able to fund equipment for Kayla so that she can continue to help the cats and that we can start this coalition so that we can help cats like Biscuit that have no other option. Because right now he has no other option. You know, they have him, they're caring for him. Rescues are full. One rescue is off the table for obvious reasons. And so this is kind of his last resort. Um, the pictures are just all the pictures. I will tell you, the pictures are sad. It's not. They're not incredibly graphic or anything. It's just him eating. I mean, like I said, I have it. I have him on the thumbnail, so it's not incredibly graphic, but you can see how poor condition he's in. And the reason that they knew, I don't remember if I said this when I talked about him eating grasshoppers and grass, but the reason that they knew that he was eating grasshoppers and grass is that he threw up a bunch of the exoskeletons from the grasshoppers. Hi, how are you? I'm a little bit frazzled. How are you doing? So that's where it stands right now, and that's about all I have for right now. I just wanted to get that out, and just so the community knows what's going on, and hopefully we can get enough funding together to get him to a vet and to get him looked at, to get all the blood work done, to get whatever tests he needs, to get whatever procedures he needs, so that he can go on to be a happy, healthy cat and go to a forever home and be loved and off the streets. Oh, well, hello. I'm actually ending the stream, but thank you for coming in and showing up. So I want to thank everyone who watches this. I mean, I know probably didn't get notified, but that's okay. So I'm going to go. I will try to maybe connect with everyone later and talk a little more about this as I get more information from Kayla and Abby. And I will see you on the next one. So goodbye for meow.